Forget once-in-a-lifetime weather happening every other week, income inequality, the war in Ukraine, because there's a water droplet that uses they, them pronouns, and it's all hands on deck. That's woke. Everything is woke. Woke is basically anything that distracts voters from the real issues. When did adults become so into kids' cartoons? And I'm not talking about like weebs and bronies. For once, they're not the issues. I'm talking angry older person who you think wouldn't even know how to use the internet, but God bless them, there they are, firing off tweets, misspellings and all. Pixar's Elemental underperformed on opening weekend, and conservatives acted like it was the second coming of Christ. But now that those numbers are reversing due to positive word of mouth, it might be time to put them on suicide watch. And those box office numbers doesn't even include parents looking for something to do with their little sperm spawns over the holiday weekend. So for any of you DeSantis fans watching, 988 is there to help. Between all the work, house chores, grocery shopping, adults really only have like 20 true hours of free time a week. Yet these fanatics spend their precious time watching Blue's Clues wondering why Mrs. Pepper gets twice the screen time as Mr. Salt, as if being a white male wasn't hard enough. I just picture a group of Proud Boys angrily reloading guns while watching Peppa Pig plotting to overthrow Nickelodeon Studios. Luckily for Mama Pig, they haven't quite figured out Google Maps. $100 says they're just using outrage as an excuse to watch kid shows. Marcus, you can just admit that Miraculous Ladybug is a good show. You don't have to put on an act, Marcus. These noodles claim that it's for the children, a classic argument that historically has a lot of success. We need to invade Afghanistan for the children. We need to stop the student loan relief program for the children. We need kids to present their genitals to their teachers at the start of each school day for the children. It's basically a politician's get out of jail free card. How did America go from defeating Nazis, dismantling communism, to Fox News declaring the end of white people because a fictional mermaid is black? The funniest part is that Disney doesn't even care about trans rights or other social issues. They're just trying to sell Hulk cans, and if having Buzz Lightyear make out with some cat or whatever Lightyear's controversy was achieves that goal, they'll do it. They'll just edit it out for China. Trump or DeSantis should pitch a new government bureau, the federal woke inspector, ensuring that there's only one black character for every 5 whites. And don't even think about one of them dating a white girl. The party of small government. Except for kids' cartoons. It's crazy how Republicans turned on Disney when 60, 70 years ago, politicians were hopping into bed with Mickey, carving out special rules to extend his copyright. Which makes sense. Disney is an American institution. 6th graders may be reading below a 3rd grade level, but by God can they draw Moana by heart. Republicans ought to know that the entire US economy is basically propped up by Olaf toys and Avenger t-shirts. Yet DeSantis is declaring a jihad against Disney. That'd be like the Saudi royal family tearing out their oil fields in order to own the libs. That's crazier than Japan outlawing pictures of Pikachu. Without Disney, what does the US have to offer the rest of the world? McDonald's and Danny DeVito? Danny can't bear this burden alone. It's too much. How is it that was once accepted is now controversial again? Kids will need permission slips to watch the episode of Mr. Rogers where he puts his feet in the pool with Officer Clemens, the black police officer. What madman is pressing rewind on that universal remote from Click? No one cared about Bugs Bunny wearing drag in 1960. Blink and the next thing you know, a woman's bare ankles will be controversial again. Put it away, harlot. But I guess there's been Karens throughout history, Puritans, the Spanish Inquisition. Hell, even God totally overreacted to the whole Eve eating an apple thing. Book burnings, boycotts, hell, even Galileo was excommunicated, which was like the original cancel culture. I guess people just yearn for cartoons from the good old days with all the blackface, domestic violence, and even genocide?
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Injuns.
You get 'em, Bugs. Manifest that destiny.
Uh-oh, sorry, that one was a half-breed.
I feel like protests even like 20, 30 years ago made sense. Like Harry Potter, witchcraft, Satanism. Okay, makes sense. Then there was SpongeBob turning the kids gay, which, to be fair, you can't watch this without getting a little aroused. Kids, look away. Now the internet is full of headlines and YouTube videos like woke Disney cartoon indoctrinates children to the LGB cult, when it's just 2 women making prolonged eye contact. Woke. And I get parents wanting to protect their children from bad actors, but the worst thing they'll see on Nickelodeon is a few fart jokes. Parents shouldn't worry about Disney wokeism. They should worry about whatever the hell this is on YouTube Kids. Jesus Christ. Kids today don't even watch TV. Thanks to Cookie World Z, an entire generation of kids needs constant quick cuts and screaming to be entertained. They don't have the attention span to be groomed by Disney. Besides, who do parents want tackling complex issues like race and sexuality? A college grad who understands the nuances of age-appropriate entertainment? Or Logan Paul? My daughter wants to date another girl, fine by me. But the moment she's replacing my almond milk with motor oil for some TikTok prank, it's straight to the orphanage. Now, these people's fears aren't totally unfounded. My niece watched the first 2 episodes of the Proud Family reboot and then went straight off to join ISIS. Matt Walsh is actually making his next documentary about her. If I was a kid, I'd be pissed. When my 2nd grade teacher was hungover and needed a break, she'd throw on some crappy Disney movie while she was popping Plan B and falling asleep at her desk. Now, have a female character with slightly too short of hair, and the entire PTA is pulling out the guillotine.